Goes 4688, subscribe ground, join Kilo and Alpha there. Off center, San Francisco ground, let me guess, Zulu unrestricted? Okay, so Alpha between Quebec 1 and Kilo CRJ only, and we'll call that 1-2 Echo Shot. Say again? You see him up there somewhere. If you start the left turn, at some point somebody's going to be there to stop you. Thanks. And Ops 9, they're still showing the Zulu restriction in effect, right? We still have it on our board. Okay, FedEx 700F, correction, it has been lifted. You're good to go all the way in. Okay, and it's okay. Yeah, you're good to go after FedEx, so you can continue trolley to the sewer bay. And Ops 9, can you provide me with the exact time? We'll log it appropriately here. Ops 9, if you can get the begin and end time, we could use both. Yeah, somebody didn't log it earlier. Yeah, the 1580 heavy, comes to ground, takes you to the ramp here, problem. At 2047, San Francisco ground, takes you to the ramp here, problem. Go 3643, San Francisco ground, Charlie 4, Charlie 7 now. Go 3643, pushing the ramp, your discretion, 5 Bravo. I'm going to get a flow time to LA. I don't know if we're running delays at this moment. I'll let you know as soon as I have it. Go 3365, San Francisco ground, pushback on taxiway Alpha is approved. Verify you have information, Sierra, runway 1 left. Suva 284 heavy, San Francisco ground, departure frequency 135.1, confirm A to Sierra received. United States Golf 2 continues Zulu CM, okay? And you see Suva 284, did you call? Thank you, US call. Emirates 226 heavy, San Francisco ground, runway 2 at right, taxi via right turn, Alpha, Lima, Foxtrot, hold short runway 28 left. Emirates 226 heavy, monitor tower 120.5 is taxi out. Ops 9 go. Go thanks. Yeah, 689, San Francisco ground, taxi to Rampia Bravo. Fine, thanks, for sure. 238, San Francisco ground. Okay, turn left Kilo, turn left Alpha, taxi to the ramp, enter the ramp on the 6th Alpha line, or the 6th center line to get your lead-in line. You can use 6 Alpha or 6. Either one has the adequate lead-in line. You have 238, your choice. Sky 3643, expect to depart in about 6.5 minutes.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Outside. Yeah, 767 landing roll, runway 2 right there, Foxtrot 11. If I give them Bravo, Quebec 1 Alpha into Foxtrot 11, does that work for you, or do you want me to hold them out? Okay, I'll bring them in, Bravo, Quebec 1 Alpha then, Alpha 9, thanks. Yeah, 3643, runway 1 left, taxi Alpha, Golf, Bravo. Go to 3365, San Francisco ground, runway 1 left, follow the company in the Delta colors to Alpha, Golf, Bravo. No 322 Heavy, San Francisco ground, turn right, Bravo, Quebec 1 and Alpha to the ramp. And the personnel and equipment there, they're going to adjust as necessary for your jet blast in there. Go to 3643, monitor check. Go to 3365, monitor check.
guess we'll call this Operation Follower, right? Let's see if I can get this overlay going. Connect, flight planning, download, SimBrief. The SID may change, but that's all right. FedEx, flying on PilotEdge. All right, cool. Looks like the overlay worked. Got that going on for us. 7 Lima Yankee. Bonus stream. Yeah, the earlier one was just messing around for my mother. She wanted me to try to do that hurricane flight. Oh man, I got this stupid autopilot thing. I have to reload the sim. I got this autopilot in here. All right, let me shut this down. Let me put BRB on for a minute. Problem is, I'm afraid that the Fly with Lua will mess up the autopilot within the A306, but that's easy enough. I'll just restart this real fast, and we'll go over flight planning while it's loading. That way we can knock that out. All right, I think everything in there is good to go. And now, let me hit the restart. Okay. Any plans on picking up the Arabesque Venom, whatever the hell it's called? No, I'm not. I was talking to Das about that earlier, actually. And the reason being, I already own like pretty much all the Arabesque aircraft. I own not all of them, probably about half actually. I have the Eclipse 550 and the Epic. I have both the G1000 and the E1000, but I primarily use the G1000 with the Epic. And what I'm really looking forward to is the Arabesque Falcon 8X. So I'm kind of saving my money for that one. And the Phenom is like $50, and it's basically the same size as the Eclipse 550. And these small biz jets, like they're pretty cool, but I don't really fly them that much. They're too simple. Like I like complicated aircraft, like the King Airs and Saabs and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I'm not getting it. It's actually it's very highly reviewed, and it has a lot of, good features to it, and it just looks awesome, has a great sound set. But I'm not going to get it just because I already have enough airplanes. I fly like, I don't know, 15 or so different airplanes on the regular. Um, Banana split. And I think that's supposed to have different avionics in real life. It's actually a lot bigger than the Eclipse. Uh, Both in size and performance, just speaking on that. Yeah, I remember you said that earlier. Well, like I said, it's a nice airplane. It's just I'm waiting for the Falcon 8X. And I just don't want to buy another small biz jet for $50 that I'm going to fly maybe once every 2 months. And I already have like the Epic that is just as fast probably. I mean, that thing does 260 knots and it's a turboprop. Then the Eclipse does 273 knots at cruise, and I barely use that thing. So I don't know. That's why I'm not really into it. But I mean, it's news. Everybody wants it. That might be a good segue for you though, Das, to get that to get the Phantom. That'd be a good in between for, going into these bigger jets that I fly, going from a GA aircraft or a turboprop. It'd be a good segue for it. But yeah, you see my reasons. And it's it's in between Challenger and the Eclipse. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. All right, so tonight we're gonna fly on PilotEdge, and I totally forgot to log out. So hopefully it disconnected me. Yeah, it did. Okay. So I belong to this virtual FedEx, but we're not going to be flying it because they don't actually have a route for the 1 hour flying. We're going to fly from San Fran to LA. We have a nice tailwind, as you can see from these barbs, which is helpful to have this. You just set the altitude that you want the barbs to show, and it gives you kind of an idea of nice tailwind. All right, we are loaded up. So let me switch this over. So we go to, it's going to be a black screen for a moment.
Connected to PilotEdge.
To go to full screen, and then it will pop up. Okay. Challenger beats Falcon 8X in some areas and the Falcon wins in others. I'm really drawn to the Falcon just primarily because it's a tri-jet and I don't have any. Um, but I will have two tri-jets. Um, Hopefully, by the end of 2021, I'll have the Falcon 8X. So I'll be flying that quite a lot when that comes out. And then I'm really looking forward to my next FedEx plane, which will be the Rotate MD-11. So that's going to be my other tri-jet. Quite fascinating to see where each manufacturer went with their designs. Yeah. All right, let's get some power gallon. And I do need to get fuel. So we'll go over here. We'll get our fuel. So I'm going to do a 0 fuel weight 2769. We got our sit and star. The reason I'm going with the stick 4 is because it is blasting out of the north at 21 knots. So you have to do the stick 4 because it's runway specific. This takes off north using one left, one right. Or I would, if I was going to take off on the 28, which I normally do, we would use the Westla 4 departure. It's basically the same, but I'm going to file this one just because of the winds. So stick 4, eBay transition, Ironman 2 arrival in the LA, A300, FedEx 3650. We're going to file flight level 330. What's our airtime? It's probably, yeah, airtime is pretty good. That's because of crazy tailwind. I'm just going to round that up to 24,000. 24 and 276.9 on the 0. We'll come down here and we'll get our latest 3004 on the altimeter. And we'll plan one lift for now. We'll work it out with dispatch or whatever you call them. Departing one left, one right. Nothing there of importance. LA is landing west as usual. Winds are howling. Wow. Gusting to 30. That's going to make for a sporty landing. All right, so file this IFR. Check this box. We are heavy because we are classified as a heavy because of the turbulent air after we depart. So that's checked. FedEx Ontario's our backup file. Plans on file. All right. Should show up now. There we are. Flight plan's not there yet. There it is. Of course, I'll get the see the other one here soon. Now we got our fuel. We can start getting things set up. Hop in here. And I'll turn on the batteries. External power is available, so I'll go ahead and connect that. Turn up that light. Seatbelts, smoking, nav logo. Crank these lights up. Those lights, more lights. And let me check my bindings. We got A306, so that's correct. So now we need to start our nav stuff. Wait for the on battery to go off. That means it's like a battery test to make sure that the IRSs work off the battery. On bat. Start the third one. And we are going from San Fran to LA. Turn. We're going to align. I'm going to check the Latin long. Shows 3737, so that's close enough. This is actually the center of the airport, so we'll just clear that, align on reference. Come back up here and we'll set that 6-minute alignment. Clear out the standard cautions. Need to talk to the ground crew, so we'll press that. Flight plan is on file. I already did that. So now we'll hop back here, open up our cargo door. To get the loader coming up. Get her loaded, and we'll load up load sheet. We are going with 276.9er. And what does it say? 24.0 on the fuel. Yep, 24.0. We'll load her up. Yeah, 24. Okay. And that we got boarding started. Do a fire suppression test. For the cargo fire area. Alright, let's get these smoke detectors, and all that stuff going. And then we'll fire up the APU. We're going to use the inner tanks to run the APU. Otherwise, the APU has its own fuel pump, but just use the inner tanks. So we'll turn that on. Hit the start button. We'll get the blue light. There we go. It's accelerating. Loading up our cargo. Once the APU is fully online, then we'll turn on the bleed. And that should go out when it's available, which it did. Let's come up here, arm the emergency lights, turn on the APU bleed. That will get rid of that fault. Air conditioning environment starting. $17 quarts of oil, we're good there. Hydro is full. And I'm going to, usually I would get D8s, but I'm just going to dial it in and we'll get it through the radio this time. Go with 1885. So 1885. Turn on our mics. Turn those up.
San Fran.
Departing runways 1 right, 1 left. Visual approach is in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. San Francisco International Airport. 8 disinformation Foxtrot. 2356 Zulu. Wind 340 at 21. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 20,000. Temperature 18. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3004. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left. Departing runways 1 right, 1 left. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures contact.
All right, so we're going to do 3004. Cross-check it with the elevation of this airport, which is San Fran, elevation 13. 13, so altimeter checks. As long as you're within 70, you're fine. And let's get our clearance. Oh. Here. Pull up this program, get our clearance. That just means he hasn't actually, that just means he hasn't reviewed the clearance yet, so we'll check back in a couple minutes. So how do I clear that? Clear, delete. There we go. Try that again in a moment. Alright, so up here, we're going to turn on the galley window heat, and you can only turn these things on when the alignment is done, and it's done, so we're going to put that to the wind. That shows the wind 360 at 18 knots. So since that's done, we'll turn these on. When we turn these on, we have to start the stopwatch, because before you change power sources, 5 minutes has to go by since you turn this on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crank on the timer. And normally I would punch in the flight plan right now, but can't do it yet. Can't really do much of anything until I have my clearance. Try to log in again. I'll switch back if it takes it. Alright. FedEx 3650. Did I log in under something else? I'm just going to do it over the radio. If they're not going to answer. Because I filed that at least 10 minutes ago. Tell you what, I'll brief the flight and then we'll try to log in one more time. We'll brief the flight and then we'll try to log in, and if they still don't answer, then we'll just call them up on the radio and do it old school way. So this is our departure, stick 4, at least this is what I'm planning on. It says runway specific. Always read your notes. Like here. Do not exceed 210 until leaving 520 feet. So I'm going to set the MCP speed for 210. Once we reach 520, then we can go autopilot on and we'll go to stick. And then we have to be below 10,000 feet at port. And then we go to the eBay transition, which is down here. So this is the SID stick 4 departure with eBay transition. So each of these are transitions. And the only altitude restriction, actually there's two. You have an altitude restriction at port. So if a line above means you got to be below it. If the line's below it, that means you got to be above it. top altitude to flight level 190. So when he tells me to climb, say I get like right about here and he tells me to climb to 190, that means I can just disregard that restriction. I can just climb straight up to 190. Usually that's what they do. What they might say is like they might not want me going any higher than like 15,000 or whatever, so they might say climb via the SID but maintain 15,000. That just means I can't bust 10,000 feet. Even though I'm cleared to 15, that means climb via, so we'll climb via. So once we leave port, then we could climb to 15,000. And then we're going to take the Ironman 2. This is actually 2 parts here. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this Ironman arrival. We're going to have a backup. So it actually starts like this. So we start at Burgle. That's the beginning of the star, the arrival into Los Angeles. So we're going to start here at Burgle. And then always read the notes. Turbojet aircraft only. So we are restricted. We can't fly this arrival in like a King Air, for example. We are restricted to turbojet. So you could fly that Phenom on this arrival if you wanted, because it's a turbojet. Procedure is only for use when LA is landing west, so that's another good note to know. Fraser transition is assigned by ATC only, so you would not be able to file this Fraser. It's probably in the midway, so it's over here. You would not be able to file that in your clearance. Only ATC would assign it. And then Muppet transition restricted to Fresno, and I can't remember what BFL is top of my head. And expect runway 24 right unless otherwise. And then it continues at Ironman here. And then what I'm going to do is probably ask for an ILS approach. So they usually change it up on me down here. Usually they switch me to the based 1 arrival. Based 1. So you'll see that the based 1 pretty much starts at the same place. So here's based. So we would just switch from the Ironman 2 to the based 1 arrival from this waypoint, because this takes us directly across the airport. This basically crosses over the numbers right here and brings us to the south side of the airport, so we can come in for the land on the FedEx side, which is the south side of the airport. That's why I usually go with the based afterward. So see if that works. These guys gonna. All right, I guess we're just gonna do it old-fashioned. Just call them on the radio. Guess they're too busy to do the clearance that way. All right, so San Fran. Clearance. $18,200. Do 18,200. We'll get ground set up 121. 8. Call them up. It's still working.
Approaches in use. VFR. Delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude,
Sure it's still the
and if
same.
flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Foxtrot.
Yeah, I'm parked over here in the General Aviation Terminal, and I'm going to Fresno, VFR at 5,500 feet, and have Romeo and would like flight file.
Denied.
Sky 640 departure frequency 121.3, squawk 3207.
Okay, frequency 121.3, and was that a 3207 for 264?
Sky 265, familiar feedback correct.
That's correct. Okay, thank you.
San Francisco clearance, FedEx 3650 heavy, cargo with Foxtrot IFR, Los Angeles.
FedEx 3650 heavy, San Francisco Clearance, Los Angeles Airport. Stick for departure, eBay transition zone is filed. Climb via seat except maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 7154.
Clear to Los Angeles via stick 4 departure, eBay transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID except maintain 10,000. Departure 135.1, squawk 7154, FedEx 3650 heavy.
Feedback correct.
Alright, I guess he was just too busy to do the CP thing, so I'm just gonna exit out of that altogether and get my weather program running since they don't work together anyway. I don't mind doing it the old-fashioned way anyway. Alright, so we cleared, and that's why I said, you know, climb via the SID except maintain. So the highest we can go, even though the top altitude is flight level 190, we can only go to 10,000 until he clears us higher after we're already departed. Alright, I need to enter in a flight plan. Get this weather downloading. Come down here. GPS is primary, 33. Temperature. Top of climb. Minus 54. Tropa is 355. So we'll do minus 54. Tropa 355. 35,500. So I'll pop that in there. And we need our cruising winds 350 at 86. 350, 86. And the weather is downloaded. I'm transferring it now. Okay, flight plan. Departure. The winds are pretty strong out of the north, so we'll plan one left. Stick 4, eBay transition. One left. You go with the runway first with these FMCs, because the runway will pull up specific SIDs.
Monterey ground, Skyhawk 82264, General Aviation Terminal, ready to taxi.
That guy is really loud. Alright, so we'll go insert, and then we'll come down here to LA.
Taxi via Alpha.
And we're gonna do
Skyhawk 82264.
I'll just do ILS 25 left. And it will be on the Ironman 2 arrival from Burgle. So ILS 25 left, which is the south side of the runway there. Ironman 2 Burgle, insert. We'll get rid of the disco between eBay, between our SID and star. We'll clear that out. And then after you do, and this is the same with all Airbuses, at least as far as I know. Once you do your flight plan, then you grab your winds and then you do your weights. So you always do your flight plan first. So reference ACARS wind request. Insert. Okay, winds are in there. Let me update my weather. Force weather reload. In it, page 2, we'll do our weights. So our block fuel was 24. Zero fuel weight was 2769. And I guess 29.9, that's usually what it is. 29.9, that's correct. So now we need a engine out, Sid. So with the crazy winds out of the north, we'll plan if we need to have an engine out, Sid. What do we have available here? Actually, that's an arrival and approach. What they got on the ones? Anything on the ones? That's 10. I need 1. They don't have.
Okay, user 4, we have information Foxtrot.
Alright, well, I'm not going to come back anyway, so we'll just do 28 left. Which is. Just do this one. 28 left. ILS. Where is 28 left? Oh, here it is at the top. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Okay. So we'll get this one set up. So ILS 28 left for our engine out, Sid. So we got that set. We go second. San Fran. 28 left. And we'll just leave that blank. Just go there. So we got our engine out, Sid. Now we need our performance. So come over here. Send this to perf. Grab our runway, and we'll grab our weather. Runway's dry. Takeoff weight's 300,000. 300,000, so that's correct. And one left has a. What is the Tora here on one left? One right? Nope, need one left. One left. Tora, 7,650 feet. So we're gonna do 15, 15. Packs off. Grab our weather. Get our flex, which I'm gonna guess is either 53 or 54. It's 53. Pretty low speeds. Check our Tora 2300 meters. That's correct. Okay. So 144. Send that to the FM, to the FMS. I'll reset it. Or we'll rerun the numbers before we take off to make sure nothing's changed. So for V2, you got to punch it in up here. And it's 210, so I'm just going to put in 210 for the max speed at that turn. I'll crank this up.
Monterey Tower, Skyhawk 82264, ready at 28 left.
10,000 feet.
82264, Monterey Tower, runway 28 left, good for takeoff.
And the stick 4.
Yeah, Skyhawk 82264, cleared takeoff. 28 left.
Stick 4 initial heading is 014.
4 Charlie Mike, turn left heading 105, back to the final approach course.
014, so we'll do heading and nav. So we are set up on the autopilot. We'll check down here, make sure it shows 210 for V2, so all that is good to go. And for quick reference, 28 left, we'll go program, SFO, 28 left, punch that in there. It's distance and bearing to the threshold of that runway for a quick glance at how to get back to the runway. And autopilot is good. Now, as long as we have been past 5 minutes, which we have, we're at 19 minutes. So reset that. Now we can change power sources. Switch from external to APU. Turn that off. External power's gone. Set up our flex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 53 on the flex takeoff. So this number here will be the N1 that we'll check on our takeoff roll. I'm so glad this mouse lag quit. God, that was so irritating. I was pulling my hair out with that. Fuel pumps are on, ground units. Let's remove all the ground units. Doors are shut.
Station 4, Charlie Mike, descend and maintain 6000, contact local approach 135.65.
Do
Okay, 135.65 and down to 6,000, citation 4 Charlie Mike.
shut that door. Give her a lock. We'll call the pushback truck. Actually gonna make it a little bit less of a
ground to cockpit,
arc.
plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
264 over to
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
NorCal departure, Skyhawk 82264, 1800 feet, climbing.
Skyhawk 82264, local departure, roger.
Got the squib checked here, so you got those light up. Do a loop fire test.
Station 364, Charlie Mike, local approach, descend and maintain 4000.
Yeah, 4,000, citation 4 Charlie Mike.
And we'll turn on the beacon light. And we'll go ahead and get the engines going. So we're going to go to crank A. We'll go ahead and
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Go ahead and start engine 2. (20N2) will add fuel. Adding fuel. Got light off. Now we're cranking up.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback.
And one rotation before 50. So we're good there. EGT is still climbing. Generator 2 will be coming online.
Station 4, Charlie Mike, turn right heading 200, descend and maintain
Go to start
3000.
engine 1.
Hey, right 300 down to 3000, citation 4 Charlie Mike.
It's kind of like Boeing and Airbus. You have a little best of both worlds. We'll be giving our gas here at 20 N2. The Pratt & Whitney, I think you add fuel at 25 N2. There's 20, adding fuel. Get light off here in a moment.
Station 4, Charlie Mike, turn
Light
right
off,
heading
oil pressure is on the
255.
rise, indicated here and here. And we're looking at N1 rotation prior to 50 N2. We've got rotation, so the turbine is good. No hung start there.
Station 4, Charlie Mike, 3 miles from Sapin, cross Sapin at above 3000. Clear ILS, runway 28 right approach.
Generator 1 will be coming online here shortly.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, got a good start. Put the ignition back to normal. We got ourselves a code today of 7154. Put TCAS for above, TARA, 7154. We're set there. Transponder is set. We're going to do flaps.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
1515. I'll take off. Let's back to performance. Let's update our weather and then we'll make sure everything is good.
My contact San Francisco Tower 120.5.
I need to switch to tower also. I mean ground.
120.5.
120.5, citation 4 Charlie Mike.
Ground's 0.8. 350, 21 knots, temperatures 18, 1017, so we'll compute. Flux 53, trim down 0.8.
San Francisco Tower, citation 364 Charlie Mike is Iowa 28 right.
0.8.
Station 364 Charlie Mike, San Francisco Tower.
Still at 53.
Citation 4 Charlie Mike, clear the land
Switch
28
this to ground and tower 120.5. .5 we're on ground. Turn that up a little bit. Actually, need to check flight controls. Right, left, rudders, spoilers. Engine is all good. Actually, I need to do, let me see. Taxi lights are on. We don't need the APU anymore, so we'll turn off the APU. We need to get our current ATIS.
View cloud at 20,000. Temperature 18. Dew point 1. Altimeter 3005. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left. Departing runways 1 right, 1 left. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information golf.
Alright, we are now with Golf. Updated weather and all that. Batteries are good. Bleed air is good. Air conditioning environment's fine. Pressure is good. We're okay on fuel. APU should be turned off, which it is. Doors are shut. Wheel brakes are green. And we'll leave it on the wheel brakes for right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn on the brake fan while we taxi because we're going to have a long taxi ahead of us. It's going to be a really long taxi. Let's see. Let's see what the wind's doing now. I know I just got ATIS. 16. Just gonna request 1 left with Golf. Okay. San Francisco ground, FedEx 3650 heavy at cargo. Current with Golf, ready to taxi, request runway 1 left.
FedEx 3650 heavy, San Francisco ground, runway 1 left, taxi via Zulu, Bravo, Mike 1.
1 left via Zulu, Bravo, Mike 1, FedEx 3650 heavy. Zulu, Bravo, Mike 1. So Zulu, Bravo. Oh wow, I never knew it went around like that. That's cool. So Zulu goes around. I did not know that. That's helpful. Reason I requested 1 left is because if you're on the FedEx ramp, they will usually default to 28 right for you, just because it's closer. But then again, he probably knew I was going to request it since the stick 4 is runway specific to the ones.
Southwest 07 on the quick center descend via the Hydra on arrival, runway 7 right, Phoenix altimeter 2966.
VR is 143. I feel like I'm in not NASCAR. That other racetrack that does all the S turns. I don't think I have ever taken Zulu all the way around like this.
Okay, right, Kilo Minor Ground, we'll see you. Thanks for work, citation, work on Mike.
Flag is really out there. Winds 350 at 21 knots, steady. Pretty convenient, no runway crossing needed. Yeah, like I never realized that. This is the first time in all these years I've actually gone around on Zulu. It's not that often I fly FedEx out of San Fran because the only FedEx flight out of here goes to Memphis, which is, you know, the main hub for FedEx. So I usually don't do it because I like to get my ACARS credit for my flights.
Skyhawk 82264, NorCal. I'm going to climb to 7,500
That's cool.
to stay away from the clouds.
Atlanta has one like that too, where you go around the edge of the runway. Big old cargo there. I bet that's Traffic Global. It's like not a cloud in the sky here. There should be a lot more airplanes here. Traffic Global is just not that great. I got traffic density way up and there's still no airplanes at this airport. I'm thinking about installing an old version of Traffic Global that I still have because it just has more airplanes in it. M1 is here. We're going to turn on our pitot heat. Do a takeoff check. Takeoff test normal. Flaps 15, 15, 15, 15. VR 143. Flex 53. Flex 53. We don't need ignition on continuous because the weather is fine. We'll tap the brakes before we take off though and hold the brakes till 70 N1 before we release because it is a short runway. Alright, here's M1. Get that gone. Pop that over to tower and departures 3510. And we are topped out at 10,000 feet. There's no restriction prior to that. We'll do a packs off takeoff. And we're on tower. And we're holding short, one left. San Francisco Tower, FedEx 3650 Heavy, holding short, one left.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, San Francisco Tower, runway 1 left, clear for takeoff.
1 left, clear for takeoff, FedEx 3650 Heavy. Alright, so we're going to do some landing lights and some strobes. Come on out here. Packs. Turn the packs off. We'll arm the spoilers and all that stuff once they get lined up here. There's like no airplanes anywhere. There's a United Way out there somewhere. That's about it. Alright, 70%. That's what I'm looking for. It'd be a little bit of a left crosswind, not too much though. Engines up. Do auto brake max. Bring this up to 70. And release. Arm the spoilers. That's the only way you can do that without actually activating. You don't want them to activate, so you do it right at 70. A little bit of left aileron correction, some right rudder input. Looking for a rotation speed of 142. With a speed of 210. Positive rate, gear coming up. Packs back on.
November Papa 28 Alpha to ground. Am I coming through clear?
Hello, clear.
Appreciate it.
FedEx 360 Heavy, contact local departure.
Over to departure, FedEx 3650 Heavies, yep. So we'll go to NorCal. NorCal departure, FedEx 3650 Heavy, climbing via this stick 4, leaving 1,800 for 10,000.
FedEx 360 Heavy, local departure, via contact, climb and maintain, flight level 190.
I'm maintaining flight level 190, FedEx 3650 Heavy. Alright, now we're no longer restricted, so we're just gonna keep on going there.
Approach 128.65.
Speed that up to 250. Keep that at 25. Hairpin turn. Gotta live in golden hour flights, yeah.
Sending through 15,000.
Yeah, rotary pot, you're absolutely right.
Via the Hydra 1 with the information delta.
Southwest 207, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 7 right.
Expect visual approach, 7 right, Southwest 207.
Heading down the coast. We're at 250, packs are on. Let's undo our spoilers. Landing gear is up. Flaps are out. Ignition is normal. Flex is on climb, CL, that's fine. Didn't need terrain or anything because it's okay. Now we're turning toward our transition, which is eBay. or will be soon. Push that out. We'll put this one on plan. Once we reach 10,000, we'll be able to go faster. Back off that sound a little bit. All right, 10,000 feet, close enough. Let's pick this up to 320. And 10,000 feet, we'll turn off our lighting. Next will be Oakland, which sometimes it's been 127.45, so I'll just get that ready in case. 27.45. Picking up our speed. Once we get there, we'll increase our vertical speed. Back off the vertical speed a little bit. I want to maintain the fastest speed. I know I can do level change. And cabin pressure 350, cabin altitude 1200. 50, 1200. All that is good. We're on system A. I wonder what city that is. It's not Oakland. 125.27. Never mind, you're right. Yeah, the only reason I'm guessing 27.45 is because it's on my notes. So whenever they give me centers, I write them down, even though they do change periodically. So there's no guarantee you're gonna get what you have wrote down, especially if it's like during a shift change.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Hi, 1. Oakland Center 127.45, FedEx 3650 Heavy. All right, now we don't have to say heavy anymore. With centers, they don't worry about separation, so you don't have to say heavy. And we're passing through that, so we're going to go standard. Oakland Center, FedEx 3650, flight level 181 for 190.
FedEx 3650 Oakland Center, climb and maintain, flight level 330.
Climb, maintain, flight level 330, FedEx 3650. Continue our climb. I think I caught that in time. I'm a poet, didn't know it. All right, there we go. Now we're climbing out pretty good.
207, I'm showing you 4 miles south of course. Looks like you joined the Runway 25 transition. Turn left heading 040, descend and
Turn
maintain
the seatbelts
7000,
off.
back to full approach.
Going all the way up to 330. Let's turn that back off for right now. Should be monitoring guard. Yep, monitoring guard. It's going to get busy once we get into the ZLA.
Southwest 07, contact approach 120.4.
Speed limit exceeded.
Contact local approach 120.95.
Let's clear the second for now. Come back to that a little bit later. We'll use the eBay arrival as a backup flight plan in case they change us at eBay, which it's like a 50-50 shot that they'll change the star on us. So that's the good thing about a second flight plan, is to have the ability to change stars and approaches really fast. And we're slowing up a little bit, so I'm going to go back to 2000.
Hakay 264 local approach, reset altimeter 29 and then a 3.
Yeah, ZLA is really busy. Here, I'll show you. Pull it up on this one. Bunch of guys flying down here. This is probably me. Yep, that's me. So it's going to get really busy by the time we get there. Losing speed, so we're going to hold up.
Turn right heading 060, airport will be 1 o'clock and 15 miles, report inside.
I want to climb at full speed, so we'll just do a step climb here.
Southwest 07, clear visual approach, runway 7 right.
Definitely some benefits to flying high. Get these wonderful views. Said that and the haze set in. I can't get rid of the haze. You go to Data Ref Editor, go to Show Arc Controls, and you go to Fog Be Gone, or whatever. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, this variable here, you can change that to 0.2, but it messes up the distant draw. So when I'm high up here, it works fine if you're low, because it'll get rid of the haze and you can see your ortho nicely, but it messes it up top. you go. It reset a little bit. It's like you go through a layer of haze or something. I don't know why it does that. I'm not sure if it's FS Global Real Weather that portrays that layer of haze or if it's an X-plane, just an X-plane thing. Because I notice it on most of the flights that it goes through that layer. Maybe it was this layer of like this cloud layer that I went through that was all hazy like that. That would make sense. You know what? That's probably what it was. Climbing through that. Jinx. Yeah. I made it go away. What the heck is that? Bye-bye.
Southwest 207, contact Tower 120.9.
Coming up to our cruise. So we have to make sure that this thing switches from CL to CR, I believe. Once we get up here, I think I put in.
Southwest 207, Phoenix Tower, runway 7 right, clear to land.
Alright, let's go to profile. And we'll put TCAS on all. That way this doesn't show above anymore. This won't take us long at all because we have a tailwind. Oh, here it is. 73 knot tailwind. So we'll be moving right along here. And this is on CR now. Oh, I don't need the brake fan on anymore. And let's turn down our temperature in the cockpit. Texture work on this airplane is just really, really nice. It's got a huge overhead. I think yeah, these are your oxygen. I think it's your oxygen. Remove cover, pull handle, and jump. Oh no, that's the rope, the emergency rope. Maybe the oxygen is down here. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm not. I'm not going to pull that. No, that's the rat. That's the emergency generator. That's the manual. So that thing will drop out of the bottom of the
Denver
plane.
Center, good evening, citation 2 and
and it
Tango,
will provide
flight level 275, climbing 310.
Hydraulic pressure. Yeah. The rat will come into play and it will, I think it's connected to green. I'm not positive. Oh, here it is. Maybe it's, all right, it's the yellow. So that would come out on the bottom of the plane here. And it's like a windmill. So it gives you power to keep things going if you lose power. So it's an emergency generator. It's a windmill generator, essentially. It even has a working lavatory door. And your crew sits here. Always thought that was funny. Okay, so to plan for the arrival, I'm going to plan a backup of the base 1 arrival. And that is because they like to take me on the southern part of the airport for FedEx. FedEx parks here. So they're going to want to, they're going to fly us over the field. And right now we're on, or we're going to be on the Ironman 2. So we'll be coming down these restrictions all the way to Ironman. And then we'll abide by these restrictions, and I'll cover these in a second. And then at based, actually I'll just cover them now. So when we come down the Ironman 2, starting at Burgle, do it. So you got a line above and below, so that means you got to be between these altitudes, 260 and 290. Same thing with Muppet, 2327. Except here we have a speed restriction of 280 knots. And Airbus is smart, so it will slow us down on its own to meet that restriction. They meet all these restrictions really. And we'll double check them in the computer, but it should be all right. All the way down to Ironman at 12 and 16. Simon's 12 and 13 at 250 knots. Based is 9,240 knots. And then I've got this set up to go out this way. But usually they'll switch me to the based 1 arrival. So the based 1, we'll be picking it up from here, based. So we'll switch the arrival, and then we'll have to abide by these altitude and speed restrictions and all this. So this will bring us to the south side. So I'm just going to have this entered as a contingency because I'm going to request the ILS 25 left approach. And this is usually what they do.
Contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
133.2, FedEx 3650, we'll see you. .2 LA. Coming up to our top of descent here. About 40 more miles. LA Center, FedEx 3650, flight level 330.
FedEx 3650, LA Center, good evening. Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival.
Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival, FedEx 3650. So we are permitted to descend via. So that just means we'll descend when we're ready, and then we just have to report leaving our last assigned altitude. So first thing we're going to do is update our winds because it's been a while. So we're going to go to reference, ACARS, wind request. And we're going to update our winds, which will give us a good calculated top of descent. Insert those new winds. That will adjust our top of descent there. And we're going to use our altitude constraints going on down there.
Great, November Delta, Roger.
And ground elevation, it's probably like pretty close to sea level. I don't have any charts open on my laptop. LA, certified elevation 127. So just put that to 150. That's good enough. Ground elevation, we're still holding 3.3.
For 26504 Santa Barbara approach, Roger, I have your request.
And we'll put TCAS 2 below. Where's the air cars picking up the data for the winds? It picks it up from the layers of wind that FS Global Real Weather injects into the simulator. So it's pulling it from the actual sim. So it's not like picking it up from the real world weather. So if you're using custom weather, then it will only pull in what your custom weather is, but I'm using, you know, real weather. So I'm gonna do, yeah, 20 miles, top of descent. Same thing with, I know you have the A320 by Flight Factor. That does the same thing. So when you update your winds, it's pulling from whatever your injector is throwing at you. And I don't know if you use FS Global Real Weather or Active Sky, but both of them will give you upper level winds. So pretty much any of the injectors will. All right, Ironman 2. Get these set up on my laptop. And we got Muppet.
A5 Kilo, leaving the LA Bravo airspace. Now you can cancel the altitude restriction or remain outside the Bravo.
LAX.
For 2650, report climb, maintain 4,000.
Ironman 2. Crown. 29. That's 29, that's fine. Muppet. Should be 280, 280, 23, 27, 27, that's fine. So it's going with the highest. Gripper 23. Yeah, it goes with the highest altitude. That'll work. $10 miles. So we're going to lower per the star. So
178 November Delta, connect Burbank Tower 118.7.
The lowest is 6,000. So we'll go ahead and spin this knob down to 6,000 feet. 6,000 on the altitude. And once I get the PDEV or whatever it's called, I'm going to hit profile, and then that will start our descent at 1,000 feet per minute. It's until it catches the actual glide path. So when it's blinking like this, it will do it automatically, but I find it easier to press profile, and then it will do a nice easy 1,000 foot per minute descend, and it will get a little bit under the profile, but it's not, if you wait to let it do it on its own, it's going to want to descend at like 4,000 feet per minute. So I usually get underneath it a little bit first. All right, now we're leaving our last assigned. LA Center, FedEx 3650 is leaving 330.
FedEx 3650.
And we're going to come over here and we're going to do TCAS for below. So now we got below, and now we're trying to catch up to the profile. All right, and as promised, we're going to use a second flight plan, and we're going to put in the based one, LAX. So we'll pop that in there. Second, star, ILS 25 left. Based. And I don't need any of that, so we're just going to insert. So starting at based, if he takes us the other direction, then we'll just activate the second flight plan. So we'll just go to second.
For 26504, cleared at the San Luis Airport via direct Morro Bay via wire direct, maintain 4,000.
Guess it doesn't allow me to activate it till closer. But yeah, we'll switch it if we need.
At 4,000 for the altitude. 504, roger, turn right heading 320, direct Morro Bay.
All right. We are now descending. Yeah, it's pretty much VFR conditions, I think, at LA, but the winds are still howling. Steady, actually a steady 20 knot, gusting to 25, so it's going to be a sporty landing. Approach. 25 left is a Cat 3, so if we needed a Cat 3. Main thing I'm looking for is the localizer 109.9, so we'll punch that in here. 109.9 and 251.
26504, confirm your climate at 4,000.
Stupid mouse. Oh my god. Alright, 251, 109.9. So we are set up on the ILS. We're coming down the Ironman. It should be slowing to 280 by Muppet. 280. Yeah, we're slowing down to 280. So looking good.
3025 Foxtrot Santa Barbara approach. The altimeter is 2985. You can cancel the altitude restriction. Resume on navigation.
Sync up the heading bug.
FedEx 3650, connect LA Center 135.5.
LA Center 135.5, FedEx 3650. 135.5, so 135.5. I'll swap that over. LA Center, FedEx 3650, descending via the Ironman 2, leaving flight level 2, tree 0.
FedEx 3650, LA Center, roger, LA altimeter 2982.
2982, FedEx 3650. 135.
Number 26504, cross Morro Bay at 4,000, cleared VOR Alpha approach, circle to land, runway 29er.
65.
VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen. Runway 7 right 25 left close. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Sierra. Los Angeles International Airport. ATIS information Sierra. 0053 Zulu. Wind 270 at 20. Gust 25. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 5,000. Few clouds at 9,000. Temperature 16. Dew point 8. Altimeter 2982. Arriving runways 4 right, 25 right. Departing runways 24 left, 25 right. ILS runway 4 right and 25 right approach in use or vector for visual approach will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches while runways are in progress. Simultaneous instrument departures in progress. VFR departures contact clearance livery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen. Runway 7 right 25 left close. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Sierra.
This plane, it helps to have just a smidgen of brakes on your descend. I set this a little bit early. 2982. Is that an 8? Nope. Let's try 82. Background glare. 16 and 200 at Vikings. Coming to Vikings 1.5. If I get underneath the profile a little bit, I'll take out the speed brake. So we are ready for approach, which is usually 124.50. So let's get 2450. You're set there. It's so weird. I wonder why it's not letting me. It doesn't have the option to activate the second approach. Maybe I have to be in heading mode for that to work. Because I know, like, not to activate unless I'm in heading mode. I just don't want to hit any profile or heading buttons or anything because it will mess up the profile. So we'll just keep going. Alright, seatbelts are on, altimeter's changed, cabin pressure should be dropping, which it is. Matches up top, good to go there. Getting some Bay Area fog in here, or it's not the Bay Area, that'd be San Fran. Slowing to 250 knots for Simon. Little speed brake, a little bit more speed brake, slow down. Got to be under 13,000 at Simon, and we got 3 miles to do that, so we're fine there. There's 250. We'll keep the speed brake in until we catch up to the profile. I'm totally okay with
3650 connects SoCal approach 124.5.
SoCal 124.5, FedEx 3650. 124.5. We're current with Sierra. SoCal approach, FedEx 3650, heavy, descending via the Ironman 2, leaving 12,300. Current with Sierra, request ILS 25 left approach.
FedEx 3650, heavy, SoCal approach, 25 left is closed, expect ILS runway 25 right approach, LA altimeter 300, correction, 2983.
Plan ILS 25 right and 2983, FedEx 3650, heavy. Alright, so let me do this then. Let's do second. And we'll change this to 25 left. I keep forgetting to close that runway. It would have been an ATIS, I just didn't listen to it well enough. Star. 25 right, and we'll do based insert 25 right, so we'll try to switch that over that way. So 25 right naturally will have a different ILS associated with it, so 25 right. It's right there. It's right in. What are the minimums on this one? Straight in, 200 radar. So we're going to go 111.1. 1.1, 251. It's 25 right. Looking good, looking good. The reason I'm leaving this, I could change it on the primary, but I just want to see if I can activate the second if I switch to heading mode. If it doesn't let me, then it might just be a bug with this when I started the sim. So he's going to take me out vectors off a Dodger. That's cool. Dodger's 210. All right, let's turn on some landing lights and such. 8,000 feet. Landing lights are on. ILS is set. All right, we're going to turn off this ground warning proximity thing. You can use terrain if you need it, but you have to turn this off because X-Plane has a bug though where it gives you an alert every single time. All right, we're at 220 knots, so we're going to go to flaps 15-0. 15-0 on the flaps. We're slowing down to 210. So when we get to 210, we'll go to flaps 2. And we're doing 25 right, so we're going to do LAX. 25 right. So we'll pop that in there. Not in database, I did something wrong.
San Luis Tower, 87 Victor is clear of 29er on Foxtrot. We'd like to taxi over to the east hangars.
There we go.
We're at 7 Victor, Alpha can remain this frequency. Good day.
There's 200.
Taxi via Alpha, remain on this frequency.
15.
Thank you.
Really need to make a note on all my flight plans that coming into LAX to remind myself the 25 left is closed.
505 kilo, connect to approach 128.1.
128.1, 505 kilo.
FedEx 3650 connect, second approach 128.5.
SoCal 128.5, FedEx 3650 heavy. 128.5. SoCal approach, FedEx 3650 heavy, 6,000. Sync up.
FedEx 3650 heavy, SoCal approach, set to maintain 4,000.
Descend maintain 4,000, FedEx 3650 heavy. Man, it is like super windy. Is this going to descend or what?
San Luis Tower, Baron 401 Lima Mike, turning on base for runway 29.
Number 401 Lima Mike, runway 29, clear for the option.
All these
clear for
hits.
the option, 401 Lima Mike.
Alright, where's the 25 right? ILS 25 right. Putting this on my laptop. Tower, still the same, 120.95. So let me get tower set up here. 120.95. Time for flyby. And we'll depart on a heading of 071. Let's do 071 and we'll go heading mode. And let me see if I can now see if we can activate. There we go. We can activate the second now. So you do have to be in heading mode to activate that.
3650 heavy, turn right heading 150.
Right turn heading 150, FedEx 3650 heavy. Alright, 150. Let's slow down to about 190 here. I'm going to do auto brake low. LDA is landing distance available, and for 25 right, it's 11,134 feet. So auto brake low is perfectly fine. And we're at 180 knots, so we're going to add in a little bit more flaps. And let's go with shell. That will clean up our display here. Go ahead and arm these spoilers. Speed brakes.
FedEx 3650, 3 miles from Shell, turn right heading 230, maintain 4000, establish localizer, clear left, Storm 25 right approach.
Heading 230, maintain 4000 till established, cleared ILS, 25 right approach, FedEx 3650 heavy. Alright, so we need that. Let's see if we blast through it or not. I'm probably going to overshoot it. Yeah.
We're 255, checkpoint Magoo approach 124.7.
Arm approach.
Contact 124.7, 3025 Foxtrot.
FedEx 3650, heavy contact Los Angeles Tower 120.95, heading.
LA Tower 120.905, FedEx 3650 heavy. See ya.
November 26504, FedEx San Luis Tower 124.0.
San Luis Tower 124.0, 26504.
Point Magoo approach, Skyhawk 3025 Foxtrot at 7,500.
3025 Foxtrot, point Magoo approach, Camarillo, altimeter 2986.
155.
2986, 3025 Foxtrot.
LA Tower, FedEx 3650 heavy, established on a localizer, 25 right.
FedEx 3650, heavy LA Tower, wind 27013, runway 25 right, clear to land.
25 right, clear to land, FedEx 3650 heavy.
November 1 Lima, Mike, runway 29 clear for the option.
I have to remember to exit left off this runway. So we'll probably do that at Juliet, I'm guessing. Alright, we got all this is on, all that's on, this is on, that's on. And missed approach procedure, if I need to go missed, climb to 2000 straight out. And then...
That's ground November 73 Choice here is at
heading
ECI with
236.
Number 728 Charlie Sierra 7 was ground runway 29 taxi via Alpha.
We're going to set our heading for 236. And we're going to add in full flaps. And its missed approach would be 2000.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 26504 on the VOR Alpha approach.
So we are set for missed.
Number 2654 St. Louis Tower, circle south of field, enter left downwind, runway 29, report midfield.
We'll circle south of the field for a left downwind 29er. We'll report with midfield 26504.
Alright, gear down. MCP is set for mist. Wire flaps full. Autopilot is red button twice. Okay. Reversers on the honeycomb. I need to just toggle them. Alright. Ignition continuous, not needed. Final approach speed will be 155 over the numbers. And we'll ready the toga button, which is right here somewhere. There it is. So if we need to go mist, we just click that spot and it will give us into toga. Yeah, definitely want to exit at Juliet. Alright, autopilot off. Let's try this.
November 1 Lima Mike, turn your crosswind.
I'm going to come in a little bit faster because of the
turning for the crosswind, November 4.
Winds are crazy. So I'm just going to maintain this 160 knots. Golly. Should have let the autopilot stay on. I think it could have done a better job than me. 25 knot winds. This is not fun.
November 1 Lima Mike, turn your downwind now as well. I have assessment. Cessna 172 to follow you on the downwind.
Jesus. Land.
Turning for the downwind, 401 Lima Mike.
Switch it to medium since I used up half the runway. Alright, full reverse.
Sarah, number 728 Charlie, Sierra short of runway 29 for departure.
Alright, reversers off. And
728 Charlie, Sierra San Luis Tower, runway 29 are cleared for takeoff.
29 cleared for takeoff, 8 Charlie, Sierra.
Horrible landing.
401 Lima Mike, reporting midfield.
For 1 Lima Mike, make sure to runway 29 are cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 29er, 401 Lima Mike.
Keep going.
November 1 Lima Mike, make short approach.
Making a short approach for 4 Lima Mike.
November 26504, traffic ahead of you, right at Barron, turning a 2 mile left base, report and say.
Looking for that traffic, 26504, and we're midfield on 29er there.
Number 26504, roger that. That Barron's turning a fast base in front of you. Let me know if you get him, otherwise I'll need to extend your downwind.
Alright, we'll remain on the downwind, and we'll report when I'm inside 504.
LA Tower, FedEx 3650 Heavy off the runway at Juliet, looking for FedEx ramp.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, cross runway 25 left at Hotel 8. Join Alpha 8 Alpha to the FedEx ramp.
Cross 25 left at Hotel 8, Hotel 8, Alpha 8, Alpha to the ramp, FedEx 3650 Heavy CN.
Number 26504, that Baron ahead and your left now, turning a 1 mile final. You can turn your base, your discretion. Runway 29 clear to land, number 2.
Alright, traffic inside for 26504, and we'll follow him. Number 2, cleared to land, 29er, 26504.
November 8 Charlie Sierra, contact Santa Barbara departure.
You departure, Charlie Sierra.
It's the brakes. Does it every time. I was probably a little bit too fast on that approach. I was too fast. That's why it wouldn't. That's why it floated halfway down.
November 728 Charlie, Sierra Santa Barbara departure, better contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
To 8,000.
But you want fast with like wind shear and stuff. But I didn't need to go fast with that. That's why it took forever to get her on the ground. Turn on the bleed. There's like never any planes on Traffic Global anymore. I don't know what that deal is. They should be in the air. There's a JetBlue coming in. Yeah, there's him. Alaska Airlines landing over there. So I guess they are here.
Charlie Sierra, contact Los Angeles 3135.5.
35.5 now, HI Sierra.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit more evening streams, maybe once or twice a week.
728 Charlie Sierra, LA Center, climb maintain level 230.
We are home at FedEx.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 26504 off of 29er at Charlie, request taxi to the east hangars.
Number 26504, Alpha to Park, you remain this frequency, pass for the I-10.
Alright, Alpha to Park, this frequency, thanks for the pass, 26504.
Baron, San Luis Tower, Baron 401 Lima Mike, midfield, downwind.
Number 1 Lima Mike, remain 29er, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 401 Lima Mike.
Seatbelts off. APU is on. Let's make sure it's running. APU is available. Engine's shutting down.
November 3025 Foxtrot contact, SoCal approach 134.2.
134.2, 3025 Foxtrot.
Those should be turning off. Which they are. Clear out those.
Disconnected.
Disconnect. And we'll do a replay of the landing really fast. And we'll call it a night. Just plan it next time. Cargo doesn't care about comfort, right? Yeah, I was too fast. That's why it's like I wasn't trying to go for a grease or anything. I was just floating forever. All right, we are offline. Toggle replay. Do you own this? Good God, getting dizzy watching that. Do you own this airplane? The winds were crazy till I got low, and then it was winds kind of calm, got calm. This is probably the most fun airliner I have. The A320 is probably the best one as far as systems and everything are concerned. But for, you know, for fun, this is by far the most fun airliner. You do? Just haven't flown a lot with it? Well, I will upload this to my YouTube because I got, you know, my, as you know already, I'll just tell for other people that might be watching. My YouTube, which is linked below, has all my airplanes in a playlist. So if you're looking for a specific aircraft on my flows and how I work the aircraft, just go to the playlist. You can look it up that way. But yeah, this is a great plane. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's fun. Toggle that off. Wish there was a shared cockpit functionality with it. Yeah, that would be cool. Is Traffic Global, is he taking off? Yep. Usually Traffic Global doesn't work after I do a replay. Odd. Takes forever for that animation to close the door. I like these lights too, that they change color. Then it should turn blue, I think, after the magenta or pink or whatever you want to call it. Yep, there it goes. All right, good deal. Hey, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this evening for tonight's flight. And I'll try to get in some more evening flights here and there. Break it up a little bit, get some nighttime stuff in. But appreciate you guys as always. You guys have a good night. Catch you next time. Chase out.
Gas 5190, connect Denver Center 133.17.
Frontier 382, contact tower 133.3.
Have a good night.
You also, thank you.